Well, hello, hello, hello. I am so glad that you are here with me today at the Creative Zone. This is Judith Reidy, and we're here, and we're going to continue on our demo with our building in beautiful Mineral Point, Wisconsin. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the problems that you run into when you have to paint something in a given landscape, and you still have to kind of keep the correct representation, yet you want a good painting. So we're going to talk about some of those problems which we started in the previous demo, and we're going to continue today, and for the next couple demos we're going to be working through this problem. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a background in a moment about my process, but I want you to know that you can now find me at Judith Reidy Creative Zone Facebook page, Judith Reidy Visual Artist Facebook page, and on Judith Reidy Creative Zone YouTube channel. So all those places you can go and find this demo and others. So I'm real excited that you can be here today. You can see a little bit of the show that I just took down, and I'm very excited about being able to share with you my painting process and the things that I learn and keep learning all the time. And so let's talk about my process and how we work through this. First of all, I have four-step process. First is my idea. What do I want to paint, and why do I want to paint it? Do I want to paint it because I just want to do it, or was I asked by someone as a commission to do it? And then what are they interested in? What do they want? And then how do I make a well-composed, striking painting that keeps the focus of good design, yet keeps the idea that my client has? And then sometimes I don't have a client and I just want to paint. So then what's my idea? And how do I focus on it? In this particular situation here, step one, I had walked around the building and the grounds trying to find something with just the right light and that gave the view. To be honest with you, I was never really totally satisfied, but this was the best view that I had of the Cothren house, one of the oldest houses in Wisconsin. Anyway, I can't take this right now. Can't talk right now, doing a demo. And so basically I have this house, and I had a previous demo where I talked about some of the light and dark areas. See, one of the things, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about this in detail in a few minutes, but is the design elements. And we work on that in step two. And we do sketches, and we do value studies. And then in step three, we really assign our colors that we want to use that are in the value ranges that we have decided. And then finally, in step four, we actually paint the painting. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the design problems in the photograph that I have, which is so covered with trees and dark. Okay, let's get back here. Here, you can see very clearly the house now. And you have this house in sunlight, but then there's dappled light. And I like the idea, but somehow it's still not, I feel the design of this is too even. There's something I either need to make it, I want it to be a little happier, and there's so much dark. The more dark you have, the gloomier the painting is. So I've got to get a balance between the dark and light. I have also a lot of little spotty areas, and I may need to close those up, but I'm still working. I was working through that. I love the bottom part. I like the idea that the building is in very strong light. I'm still wondering about these shutters. I may need to make them lighter in the end, but we're going to just, to get that sense of light and dark in the shadows. But the problem with this painting is that there is no, the design is, for the darks, is all over the place, and it's so scattered, and I don't really have strong area of dark and a strong area of light that is really holding the painting together. You know there's a building there, and the building's strong, but you've got all the little spots on it. So there is some problems that we need to work through with this composition and with the scene that with the scene that I picked. And that is partly what you're going to see, how I'm working through this. If you look at the previous demo, you'll see how I made some drawings, I changed things, I tried to simplify the light and darks, reduce some of the spottiness, but I'm still not satisfied, and you'll see how I develop this. Generally, artists like to have a clear idea when they begin, and if it was picking my own painting, my own scene, I generally go for something that I don't have to make a lot of changes. So let's see how this works, and join me today, and I'll talk over it and explain to you how this works. So we're going to start here. Here we go. Now you can see I already laid in, I had toned the canvas, and now I'm painting in some of the whites or the light values, and I'm giving it basically 2 values to start with, and then I'm going to begin to add a 3rd value, just to give me a framework to simplify. But to be honest with you, I have not, I'm probably going to be changing those, and this is sort of an experiment right now, just working with the underpainting. I love the bottom, and I love the way that works, but to be real straightforward, that is not exactly what I'm not real pleased with the design. Your eye has no real clear pattern, and it's all over the place, and too many dots. Though I do want to give the contrast of the building, and the building is going to be definitely a lighter value. So let's see if we can move this up a little bit, and you can see I started painting the building in a little bit more, and I got it a warmer value, which is really what I see in the photograph in the upper left. I need to make some of the darks darker, and I need to, so I change it to grayscale so I can see it a little clearer, but I don't want to necessarily change all the values here. So we're going to be working on that and doing that, and we're doing the windows area around the edges there, and you can see how I'm sort of slowly, I want to create that feeling of glow, and this is where you look at those shutters, and the shutters are pretty dark, but if I want to create glow, I really need to make that contrast between the dark of the trees and the light of the building. So I may end up making those shutters lighter and giving them more of a whole value rather than broken up into dark parts. So we're going to work with that a little bit more, and we're going to jump ahead, and you can see now how totally strong that they've become. And I'm doing it, but I'm saying to myself, if I do that and I have that all in like that, that's going to be really spotty. So, but it is giving structure, so I'm just going to continue with that a little bit more, and putting in some more of that area. And I'm pretty happy. I am getting I am trying to make it a little lighter, but I'm even thinking it may need to go lighter than that. Let's see. And we're going to go in and look some more. And then we're going to work a little bit more on the bottom. You see, right now I have a lot of little squares, and I'm just not sure that's where I want to go. And so you can see I'm putting in the various structural to give a sense of space. There were a series of trees, and right now that white on the left is a little, or the light color on the left is a little too strong. And now we're going to work on the greens and see how of the sky, not the sky, of the trees. I'm having a little problem with glare, and so I have to hold the, but I'm getting the darks in of those greens, and I'm just basically putting in the base color right now. I'll be making variations on that, and you will be able to continue to see that and how that works. And I like the idea of this arch going over, but I'm not sure, you know, there's a lot of little spotty things, and I'm still not real happy with that aspect. And I want a little variation in there, but I'm just not, it's still pretty spotty. And we have, if I were to go into this literally, and this is where sometimes you have this battle with what you see and what, you know, out there, and what is going on, you know, on the canvas. And sometimes you just have to forget about what's out there and look at the painting and decide, I don't know, I think that a different shape might be better, it might make it more interesting. I want a stronger glow, I want, you know, so you just have to sometimes, and sometimes it's better to actually get away from your painting and get away from the scene and then come back to it and look at the painting just by itself. Pretty nice. But I like that foreground. I like the idea of it being dark and kind of, it's sort of surrounding that area of the house that's in light. I think this painting is going to work. And it's already beginning to pull together, especially as I get that a little darker in the foreground. There's some really nice design elements in there. And you can see how I'm using those darks to go, I'm going to use those to go around the middle over and over again. You know, those bricks, and they're not really bricks, they're stones, flat stones. And how this is going to work out really nicely. I'm pretty excited about it, and definitely looking forward to. So let's go ahead a little bit, see how far we're getting here. I really like the foreground and the dappled light. I'm really getting into that, and you just have to continue developing that background. I'm going to test, there was a car there, I may leave it in, I may take it out. I'm probably going to end up taking it out eventually, but I'll test its appearance. I want a little dappled light on that. We're going to go ahead a little bit here. I think we need to change the and make those tree trunks a little less distracting. They were too close in value to the, they need to get darker. So we're going to make those darker. But we're having a little bit of problem with glare. And I really liking the way this one's turning out. Mineral Point is a beautiful area to visit in Wisconsin. It's hilly, it's one of the driftless areas. There's a lot of history. It's quaint, they have great food, friendly people. See, I think that's too spotty, and I may end up removing that. It's right in the middle too, and I just am not sure if I like that. But for now, we'll just leave it in there, and you can always take it out. And as I look at it, now I am not talking as I'm painting. I'm painted it and I sped this up a little bit, and now I'm talking over and giving you my thoughts as I'm working in it. I'm working in the back area. Now there we have to have lighter values, but not necessarily in bright, intense color. And I'm not, sky holes are very tricky, and you got to be careful about using them. Sometimes it's better to get rid of the sky holes, which I may end up doing in the end. But the nice thing about the paint that I'm using is that I can change it, get away from it and change it. So that's it. And so that was how we, basically it stopped pretty quick. I still have more that I worked on this painting, and so we're going to be doing another demo possibly Thursday. I might even change till Friday, but I really am excited about the process that we've had so far. So just for you though, of you who are taking my Color Foundations class, I want you to know that I have a new Unit 3 that is all about flowers. In that unit, there's of course Unit 1 and 2, which is giving you a lot of practice mixing colors and matching values. And in this one, we're actually going to be doing flowers, and we're going to be making these flowers and changing them so that they do, you can see that you can have a value range and just change the hue and still create the form of that flower. So that was some of the exercises. There's, I think, 5, 6, there's a couple more flowers in there for you to do. And of course, as you know, this course is following my 7 essential simple tricks to mix color that is designed to give you the very basics theory of color, so that you have some warm and cool primary that you feel, so you can virtually mix any color with those 6 colors, and black and white, and we can use complements to create tints, tones, and shades, and the complements work great to neutralize the color and reduce the intensity. I teach you how to keep your colors intense and how to make an intense purple. Sometimes people will use the typical blue and they can't for some reason figure out why they can't get an intense purple. They think they need to go buy a purple, when if they just had the right blue and the right red, they could make the most beautiful purple in the world. So I want you to know with this course you can use, you can look at it on your desktop, your tablet, or your phone, and that you can also do this from your computer, and so your laptop, and you can do it, watch this course anytime, as with the Color Foundations course. And of course I'm here to answer questions. You can ask me questions in the Facebook comments, or you can email me directly. I'm very open to answering questions, and I love when students ask me questions. It helps me and it helps other students. So don't be afraid and don't be shy. So just, we get all of that, learning also about color vibration and all the primaries and how to mix them, the secondaries and the tertiary colors, and how to neutralize those colors and get those grays and blues and subtle hues. We do that all for merely $7. $7 is all that costs. So I want you to check out the course in the link below, and also remember that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, generally on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 2 and p.m. to 2:30, I have a demo. Today I'm doing it early because I'm going camping. I love going camping and I love the outdoors, and I just didn't get to do that this summer at all, really. And so I decided, it's really hot here. It's like 90 some degrees, which for where I live, this is pretty unusual, especially so late in the summer. It doesn't generally get this hot. So I'm going to go swimming, and I'm going to do sketches, and I'm going to watch the sunset. It's going to be great. So I'm not doing it at 2 today, and I may not do it on Thursday at 2 or 2:30. It depends if I get home on time, but I for sure will, if I don't, do it on Friday, so then you can see it on Friday. So it's a little different, but summer can be tricky, but I'm still here so you can catch it. So remember, 7 essential simple tricks, and come back. And remember, I'm on Facebook and 2 places now, Judith Reidy Creative Zone and Judith Reidy Visual Artist, both pages. And I'm on my YouTube channel, Judith Reidy Creative Zone. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a great time painting. And if you can get outside and enjoy some summer, do so. And I'll see you again.